Eldest by Christopher Paolini is a captivating young adult fantasy tale, constituting the second installment in the Inheritance Cycle series. Set in a world where dragons roam and empires clash, the narrative unfolds as the protagonist navigates the trials of dragon riding and defends his realm against the tyrannical ruler of a corrupt empire. Originally published in 2005 during Paolini's teenage years, the novel received accolades such as the 2007 Colorado Blue Spruce Young Adult Book Award. While the series has been slated for a cinematic adaptation, the film rendition of its precursor, Eragon, fell short of expectations. Paolini's hometown of Paradise Valley, Montana, served as a muse for much of the saga's picturesque settings. Centered on a young protagonist named Eragon Shadeslayer, residing in the fictional village of Carvajal within the land of Allegezia, the story unfolds when he stumbles upon a dragon egg in the mountains. Upon hatching, Eragon names the dragon Saphira, and they form an unbreakable bond. Embraced as a dragon rider, Eragon aligns himself with the rebel faction known as the Varden to combat the malevolent King Galbatorix, though their initial efforts fall short. As Eragon grapples with his inadequacies and the disappearance of his comrades, Eldest picks up the tale with the aftermath of their first skirmish against King Galbatorix. Aware of his deficiencies and the urgent need to hone his abilities, Eragon embarks on a journey to Varden, a mystical mountain range, where he intends to undergo intensive training under the guidance of elves. Despite the presence of dwarves in these rugged peaks, it is the elves who will impart the crucial knowledge required to bolster Eragon's prowess as a dragon rider. The dwarves extend their hospitality to Eragon, recognizing his mission to overthrow King Galbatorix. While some question Eragon's significance in the war effort, many acknowledge his unique ability to rival the king's dragon mastery. Once hailed as the most skilled dragon rider, Galbatorix's descent into corruption renders any resistance futile without Eragon's intervention. The elves pledge to elevate Eragon's abilities to their zenith, imparting combat tactics and arcane knowledge during his stay in Varden. Collaborating with trained dragons, Saphira refines her aerial combat and navigational skills. Despite their separate training routines, Eragon and Saphira dedicate ample time to fortifying their bond. Meanwhile, Niswada, Ajihad's daughter and Varden's new leader, orchestrates the movement of their forces across the continent for an impending strike against the empire. However, she must first secure essential resources. With the Varden nearing readiness, Eragon realizes the urgency of completing his training. Yet, his human limitations and lingering battle scars impede his progress. In a bid to aid his journey, the elves bestow upon Eragon some of their inherent traits through a blood oath ceremony. Though still mortal, Eragon gains augmented strength and magical prowess, enhancing his resilience against formidable adversaries and endurance in flight. His lingering injuries fade away, reigniting his confidence in his abilities. Meanwhile, Saphira becomes infatuated with another dragon, only to face rejection, leaving her consumed by her emotions. As Eragon's health improves, he finds himself enamored with Arya, a local elven princess. Despite knowing the complexities of their difference in status, he cannot suppress his feelings for her. When news arrives that Eragon must depart from the elves prematurely, he seizes the opportunity to confess his love to Arya. However, her response is cold and dismissive, shattering his heart and leaving his training incomplete. Struggling with desolation, Eragon departs from the elves, accompanied by Saphira, both weighed down by their respective heartbreaks. Their journey leads them to the Varden's encampment, only to discover it besieged by the king's forces. Despite their efforts to aid the Varden, they suffer devastating losses among their comrades. Meanwhile, the king's formidable dragon rider emerges, targeting Eragon for elimination. Summoning his courage, Eragon confronts this adversary, who turns out to be none other than Murtaugh, Eragon's former friend coerced into servitude by the king. Unable to harm Eragon, Murtaugh retreats with the king's forces. With Murtaugh now a formidable adversary, Eragon grapples with uncertainty about his next move, setting the stage for the events that unfold in the subsequent books of the series. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.